All right, we are back at it again with the Battletech game. The Herman's Misfits, after the initial battle, which was part one, they went into hiding, and so it's been a few weeks before there's been any combat. But since they're pirates and greedy, they weren't able to remain in hiding, so they're out creating havoc in this little town right here. And that is where Grimm's mercenaries are tracking them and coming in to try and eliminate. And that's where we're at. And we will see you at the end of turn one. All right. You want to talk about first blood? At the end of turn one, we had a little bit of firing. We had the trebuchet over there fire at the dervish, getting a head hit, and the dervish failed his pilot roll. He rolled snake eyes. So down the dervish goes, lands on his back, and ends up putting a couple of shots into the internals. So, yeah, that's first blood. Definitely. The trebuchet did take a little bit of damage, but not enough to do anything, just pretty much a scratch.
Trebuchet wanted to give the dervish something to think about.
Yeah, and he definitely did give him something to think about. So with that, we're going to move on to turn two. And we'll see you at the end of turn two. Okay, we are at the end of turn two. Nothing really exciting happened. Those guys are just moving up on this side of the board and kind of getting in position to start doing some heavy damage over here, I would think. These guys are starting to react and moving up this way to hopefully counter. And that's it for turn two. And we will see you at the end of turn three. All right, we are at the end of turn three. These guys are running to get up to the battle line as fast as they can, as well as these guys. The Stingers jumping around for survival. These guys are in the heat of battle. Dervish is still alive, but he took a head hit, and now he is probably going to start running if he can get away. The big thing of this turn is the trebuchet took a stray round into the ammo bin on the right torso, and it just vaporized. So that one's gone. The Hunchback took a few hits. Did the Hunchback take hits?
A few.
Yeah. Took a few hits. Yellow Elbow Vindicator, he took some shots. Outside of that, we're duking it out. And we'll see you at the end of turn four. All right, end of turn four. These guys are trying to get up to the battle line, but they're just assault mechs, and they're slow anyway, but running off over all the terrain and everything's keeping them in the background. The big thing this turn was the Vindicator lost his piloting check for 20 plus points, and he fell down. And he's pretty much dead anyway because he is looking like that. So we'll have to decide what he's going to do this next turn. Everything else, pretty much unscathed. Outside of that, we'll see you at the end of turn 5. All right, we have had some very devastating blows this turn. Stop it. Grimm's Mercenaries, the Grasshopper, and I believe the Awesome both took head hits this turn. Yeah, it's not looking good for them as far as head hits. The Grasshopper has a sensor hit, so it is now at a +2 whenever it wants to fire. Now get out of the way. Come on, move. Cats. That Vindicator is dead in the water. It got its back blown out, lost the right leg, and it is failed piloting test, and then it hurt itself enough that it had to take another piloting test, and yeah, it pretty much disabled its own self, so it's gone. Everything else, it's looking pretty good for Herman's Misfits. So we'll see what turn 6 brings, and we will be going to turn 6 this time, and we'll see you at the end of turn 6. Okay, we are at the end of turn 6. Very little firing going on. Got a couple of light mechs going at it here. They shot at each other and didn't really do a lot against each other, but yeah, these guys are starting to pull back. They figure their losses are pretty good right now, that they need to pull back. These guys are standing their ground and haven't advanced any, so more than likely we'll see what happens next turn. We'll go on to turn 7 and see what happens. See you then.
I'll take pictures and we'll have to set it back up.
Okay, we are at the end of turn 7, and it looks like Grimm's Mercenaries are pulling out. They're going to try and see if they can't get some reinforcements, because Herman's Misfits are a little bit too powerful right now. Yeah, so we'll set it up for another scenario, see if we can't scrounge up some reinforcements, and we'll go from there. That's it for this scenario, and we will see you in the next battle.